Hi, this is Doug and Cindy with Help Me Help Momma 5cast. Thanks for joining in today. Today we're talking about a situation where someone is in an assisted living facility. Maybe they've been there for a while, and for those of you that haven't checked this out or don't know exactly what an assisted living is, this is usually a facility in between independent living and nursing home. It's a situation where someone may need some assistance. They can still get around a little bit, but they need assistance usually with one or more activities of daily living, such as feeding, dressing, bathing, toileting, transferring. But let's say a person's in there and they get upset one day with one of the helpers there, and they dump their bowl of Rice Krispies on the helper's head, something like that. They're confused, a little bit upset. So what may happen in a situation like that?
Okay. In a situation like that, they may be transferred to a geriatric psychiatric unit.
Geri Psych for short.
Geri Psych. Okay, so they will probably enter the Geri Psych through the emergency room of a hospital. They'll be checked out physically. Then they transition into the Geri Psych unit for an evaluation, psychological evaluation, to determine what caused this behavior. Is there an imbalance in the medications? Is it causing them to act this way? Psychological issues. So typically we've seen people stay in a Geri Psych unit anywhere from 1 week to 4 weeks, depending upon how serious the issue is and what it's going to take to figure out what's going on and how to level them out. And then, once they're finished there, where do you see them typically go?
Well, it depends on how much how much progress they're able to make with them. And the reason it takes so long at the Geri Psych facility, it's usually a pharmaceutical experiment time, to give them a little more of this, a little less than that, and to get their meds right, which is good in a way, because without this process, which takes, a week or 2 or 3, without going through this process, you're just guessing. If someone's got early Alzheimer's and they just go to the doctor and the doctor says, here, take some of that. Well, that may help, that may not, don't really know. But if you're in a geriatric psychiatric facility for a while and they can experiment with this, they can get it as good as is possible. And we've seen cases where they just do almost a miraculous job. Sometimes it's something temporary, like a UTI or something like that, and they can clear it up, and a person can go back home maybe with this minimal medication, and go back and with minimal assistance can resume their life. That's unusual, but
it is. But if they can't go back and they're not as well as they were before the incident, they may be able to go back to the same facility if it's assisted living. But the facility administrator may say, well, you're going to need some extra care while you're here, so the family's going to have to hire an in-home non-medical company to come in and stay with you these times of day, because this is when you seem to get agitated and you're going to need extra care.
So let's talk about that a minute. Matter of fact, we were at a meeting just last week where the owner of a non-medical care company was talking about that and said they commonly did that, which is a new concept to a lot of people. They think, wait a minute, I'm paying, or mom's paying out of her pocket X $1,000 per month to be in an assisted living facility, and now you're saying that on top of that she's going to have to pay X plus more $1,000 a month to a non-medical care company to also be in there? Wait a minute, I thought that's what they did there at the assisted living.
Okay, so at the assisted living, there's a limit on the care that they do provide, and once you get past that limit, if you can afford to have the extra care come in and help you maintain your calmness or do things that you couldn't do by yourself, then they will typically allow you to stay there.
And this may be also the same scenario if you're in an independent living, which is a step down here, which you're totally on your own. Sometimes people want to stay in independent living, and they can with just a little bit of help.
Yeah.
Family can come at different times of the day and help, but the times that family couldn't be there, one of these non-medical care company providers can be there. And the purpose of this sometimes is to stretch it out, allow your loved one to stay at home or in independent living or in assisted living longer than would otherwise be possible.
Right. The purpose is to keep you at one of these less restrictive levels of care.
And if that don't work, well, sometimes it's this nursing home.
Nursing home.
But sometimes even at nursing homes, and we'll talk about this at some future time, even non-medical care providers go into a nursing home to help.
Absolutely.
So,
topic for another day.
But at any rate, this is just different ways you could stretch out the state and assisted living facility, and sometimes this is beneficial for all involved. But anyway, thank you for watching today. Hope this information helps, and we'll see you next time on Help Me Help Mama livecast.
And thank you for being a caregiver for your loved one. You're making a huge difference in their life.
So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this, click on the subscribe button to subscribe to this channel, and click on that little notification bell to be notified the next time we do a video.
And if you want to interact with us, check out the description below and leave us a comment and let us know what legal or caregiver topics you'd like to hear about.